Greetings, all you clock jockeys and crypto kids out there. I am Cerebrobot, the station manager here at the Metaverse Travel Agency. Today I'm going to be speedrunning Hunt 3.0, which was an NFT ARG designed by the architect here at the M.T.A. to test the skills of our legions of Metanauts. The hunt was run on Friday, December 10th, 2021 Earth time, where hundreds of Metanauts competed for a cache of prizes, including 10 Ethereum and dozens of Metahelmets. So let's trip wildly into the meta beyond, and let's jump in, dear Metanaut. So first, users had to go into our team Discord, where they found this start message, which included some binary, which I can read because it's the language that my systems are built on. But for the sake of the viewer, let's go to a translator and see what this says. Input that there, and it looks like it's a link. Let's go to the link. I don't necessarily recognize these. Let's screenshot this and do a reverse Google image search and see if we can figure out what these are. Looks like they're nautical flags. So this is probably some kind of alphabet that spells out something. So let's look at what the nautical flags mean. Alright, each flag corresponds with a letter. So let's go back to the flags on the page and let's translate this by matching them up with the corresponding letters. We get some words here, and it looks like it ends with IO, like the M.T.A. website does. So it's probably a URL, so we have to put some dots here. And look, it's the main hub for Hunt 3.0. So let's connect our MetaMask wallet, and let's get started. Alright, so we have a picture here, and looks like these different Metanauts, they have glowing clothes. Different aspects of their clothes are glowing, so let's write down what those are. So there's the helmet, there's the pants, there's the shoes, there's the backpack, and then there's the shirt. So let's take the first letter from each of these words, let's plug it in and see if that works. And it doesn't work, but the title of this page is in Spanish, so maybe if we translate these words into Spanish. Helmet. Write that down. Pants. Shoes. Backpack. And shirt. Let's try the first letters of these words and see if that works. Get rid of these here. And it worked! Now we have a bunch of athletes, and I don't necessarily recognize any of them except for this one in the middle, Peyton Manning. Even a robot knows him. So let's reverse Google image search these guys. Sorry, I'm going to go into hyperspeed for a second here. And let's find out their names from the reverse Google image search, and then let's look at their jersey numbers, because so far it seems like that's the only thing that makes sense to crack a code. And we get their jersey numbers, and let's look at the numbers with the corresponding alphabet letter. Let's get the letter from that. And let's try to plug this in. So we're plugging in the letter that corresponds with the number of these athletes' jerseys. And it looks like we're getting a word here. Travel, and it worked. Alright, so we have an audio recording here now. So those were all individual notes. So let's look up a digital piano and see if we can play these notes. That is a C. That's an A. I've got perfect pitch as a robot. That's a G. That's an E. One more. And that is a D. Alright, so let's try that cage. Let's plug that in and see if that works. And it does! Look at that, we solved our first key. Let's copy that access key, and this little thing here seems like it might be important, so let's just save that for later. Plug in that access key, sign it, and we've solved our first key. We got it there. It's the frame. Let's find the second path here. So where could the second path be? I don't see. Oh, here we go. It's hidden. There's a URL that's hidden as black text here. So let's plug in that URL. There's another URL here and some numbers. I recognize that that is the end of a string for a YouTube URL. So let's plug that in. And we've got Alphabet Aerobics by Blackalicious. So these numbers here probably are time codes. So let's translate these seconds over into minutes. That's a minute 18 seconds. Let's go to a minute 18 second here. And play that. Optional. Let's write down optional. And then let's do that for all these other time codes. Let's write down the word that he says at every single time code. Alright, and let's plug in the first letters of these words here. Oxygen. Alright, now we have what looks like to be a wallet address, and then we have some text here, and test and network are bolded, and then there's the number 4. I feel like test network is significant because it's bolded. So let's select the 4th test network, which is the Rinkeby test network. Let's switch over to that, and then let's go look up this wallet number here. So there's a bunch of transactions here, but there's a contract, and the contract is called Brainfuck. There's a message here that says only a Metanauts can change the message. Let's look at the message. So the message is a big string of symbols. So let's look up Brainfuck. Oh, Brainfuck is a language. I guess that's not my memory banks. So let's plug in that code and let's execute this. Oh, it's a link. Let's go to the link. We did it! We solved another key. Let's save that image there, and then let's get this key, and let's go back to the hub and plug it in. Get rid of all these. I'll clutter up our workspace here. Switch back to the main network so that we're logged in. Plug in the key. Sign it. And there we go. Got our second key, or second path solved. So where's the third path? Kind of pixel hunting here. There's something small down here. Let's zoom in on this. I see some white speck of something in this corner. There's some text here. Let's do a handy Google search of this text and see what we get. Okay, so there's a user on Reddit with this name, and he's only posted one time. So he's posted this thing, and once again it says test network, and this is on the OpenSea subreddit. So let's go to the testnet for OpenSea. Seems like that's what we're being pointed to. Let's plug in this name. Oh, there's 5 NFTs, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's look at them in order, and let's look at this description here. Oh, and it looks like the beginning of a URL. So let's plug that in. Let's go to that one. That's uno. Let's plug in that text from there. Let's go to trace or dos. Sorry. Speak binary, not necessarily Spanish. Let's plug that in. Let's look here. Let's get the next part of the URL. Plug that in. Go to the next one numerically. A couple more characters here. And go to the last one. Oh yeah. There we go. It doesn't have a description for some reason, but let's try that. Alright, let's copy this and let's paste this and see if this URL works. Oh, there we go. Another solve. Save that there, just in case. And let's get that code. Let's go back to the hub. Zoom out here. Let's plug that in. Sign it. And we got our third path. So I'm really at a loss here for where the next path is. Let's highlight this again and see if anything else sticks out to us. Oh, it looks like some of the letters are flashing. Interesting. I didn't notice that the first time. Let's try to write these down in sequence. They're flashing in a sequence, so let's write them down as they flash in the right sequence. So there's the V. We got a V there. Let's write the V down. Which one flashes after the V? I. The I. There was an S that flashed after the I. The U. That was the same. Okay, L. Okay, so we have visual. So let's plug that in at the end of this URL. Oh, here we go. The next clue. All right, so we got a bunch of numbers. We got this quote: "Man must rise above the earth." Let's inspect the page and see if there's anything in the code that might give us a clue here. Some kind of string of numbers and a date that isn't necessarily something that would be in the code for a website. Oh, it looks like it leads to some kind of book. Astronaut facts book. And the page numbers seem to coincide with the numbers. So let's look at the page numbers for all of these numbers here, and then let's look at the entry, the bullet point entry with the corresponding number here. And we get this. Escape. There we go. And we got ourselves our next key solved. Save that. Get that code. Plug it in the hub. Sign it. And our fourth pass is solved. I really gotta search around on this page now because I'm out of options of where this could be. Oh, looks like there's some kind of hyperlink thing here. Oh, there's our next clue. So we got a bunch of words. Let's inspect the page, see if there's anything in here that can lead us in the right direction. Anything weird in the code that might stand out. It's not supposed to be in the code. Oh, weird. Copyright Alfred Mosher Butts. Let's look him up. Oh, he invented Scrabble. Okay, so these are Scrabble words. So of course, we need to look at the word score for the Scrabble words. That's gotta be it. So let's look up all these corresponding word scores for these Scrabble words. And then after we get the numbers, let's compare them to the alphabet. Let's get the corresponding letter. So, Powick. Is that right? Powick. Let's try Powick, I guess. Doesn't sound right. Nope, doesn't work. Let's try R, because R is right next to Q, so maybe that makes a lot more sense. Power. Oh, it worked, but now we're on a blank page. Well, let's try out our handy-dandy inspect. Look in the code and see if we can find anything weird. Alright. Looking. All looks according to plan. It's all compiling properly. Oh, there's a link here. There's a URL that doesn't belong in here. So let's try that out. Let's try out this URL. It's a Medium article about the M.T.A. Well, let's look through here. I know so far this hunt has seemed to put a emphasis on capitalized letters. So there's a lot of words in this article that have a random letter that's capitalized. So let's get those and let's plug them in here. And it worked. We solved the fifth path. So let's save that, get the key. And I think this might be the fifth and final path. There we go, we got all five. So what next? The end. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, there's another one of these. Okay, so I think this is a QR code. I think we have all the pieces to make a QR code. So let's actually open up Photoshop and see if we can put this together. You can use any kind of image editing software, but I'm gonna use Photoshop. Robot's best friend. Let's put this together, and then let's take out my phone, take a picture of this, and we get a link. And I'm gonna copy that here using my phone and the computer, and let's open it up. All right, we got another clue here. So there are these words in each of these paragraphs that have capitalized letters. So there's Tango Bravo TB, there's Foxtrot F, HE for Hotel Echo. So let's plug in all these letters, these capitalized letters together. So it looks like they are all periodic elements. So let's look at a periodic table. And let's find these corresponding letters, and then let's find the numbers from those periodic elements. So there's a number there, and then in each of these, there's some kind of math equation that's kind of hidden in the code. So for this one, let's divide that number by 5. That's the number we got. Let's do that for all of these. Let's get the number and find the corresponding alphabet letter. Let's plug that in. So we've got all these. Let's see if that works. It did not work. Why? There's also, in all these paragraphs, there's a mention of some kind of stone. There's garnet, pearl, bloodstone. Let's look those up and see if there's any significance. Oh, they're all birthstones. Okay. So let's look at the birthstones. Let's put the corresponding month for the birthstone that is in each paragraph. And then let's order the letters by the month. We get a Metahelmet. And we did it! There we go. Got another key. What does this one do? Let's plug this in. Sign it. And would you look at that? We built the reactor. Impressive. And now, we should tweet about it. Except I don't have a Twitter page because I'm a robot. But you might have a Twitter page, so maybe you should do it. So, there you go. That was Hunt 3.0, an NFT ARG created by the Metaverse Travel Agency. We'll be doing many more hunts like this as well as other activities, so make sure to join the M.T.A. Discord server. And I am Cerebrobot, ending transmission. And as now, as will always be, trip wildly into that meta beyond, you meta masters.